Working. I don't even think it's called software anymore. I think it's called like they're all called apps. And yeah, I'm that old. All right, let's see if I can get this. It says I'm live. Let's see if I can hear myself. I can hear myself. All right. That means it's working on YouTube. And now let's see if I can see what's going on over on Facebook. Why do I do these things to myself? Hi, if you've never seen me before, my name is Julie. I'm the social work expat, and I gave myself a challenge last Sunday. Well, yeah, Sunday. It's almost last Sunday now because it's almost Sunday again. I gave myself a challenge that I was going to publish a book in 7 days. And life's gotten a little busy, but I'm absolutely going to publish in the 7 day time frame. It shows I'm live. All right, then. I like my own live. I don't see why I wouldn't. Okay, so let's get this show on the road because it's late. I put the time up here just so that I can keep myself honest for the amount of time that I spend working on this. All right, let's put these glasses on so I can see. And if you have not had the pleasure of watching me struggle with technology while I talk about AI, welcome. This is your first time seeing this, and this is the Idea to Publication Challenge, the 7 day list. And I'm going to go through this overview right here and then talk about what I've been working on. So it doesn't seem like I've been kerfaffing around for an entire week when it kind of feels that way. If you are a little bit off your rocker like me and decide that you want to go from an idea for a book to a finished book in 7 days and you still have a life, this is the plan for it. So, day one, you would research and outline. That means I'll just go through this and then I'll talk about what it means. Then, day two, you would start your draft. Now, last week in my handwritten notes, Sunday, I said that you would do your whole first draft in a day. That is not reasonable. So I changed it up and made it 2 days. So you start your draft day one, you finish your draft day two. Then, no, day two and day three. It's been a long day for me. Day four, you self edit your draft with AI tools. Then, day five, you're going to send your draft out for feedback. You would need beta readers or a professional proofreader and editor. Day five, you will also start formatting and designing how you want your final product book to be or publication. And then day six, you will work on your book cover. Day seven is publication day. So I am theoretically on day six. Hasn't really worked out that way, but I have made a lot of progress and I'm going to show my progress. Let's move. We're looking at day one, right? Researching and outlining. That means if you're writing a nonfiction book, and you need to do research on your topic or on an annotated bibliography or anything like that that you would definitely need in your writing process, day one is the day for that. And you're probably thinking, how in the world would I get all of that done in one day? That is where AI tools come in. And if you look at one of my other virtual brunch videos, you would be able to see that it is totally possible to get a really good amount, maybe your entire book's research done just using an AI chatbot. Now, there are a lot of videos and a lot of paid trainings that people will use AI chatbots like ChatGPT, Bard, who changed their name this week to Gemini, and Claude to do research. It is like using Google or going to the library on steroids. You can get this work done much faster using AI tools. I already did that. Now, the book that I had in mind at the beginning of the week, I am working with someone else. And if you have any other people involved in your publication process, you don't control the timeline anymore. Just like anybody who has had to do project management for their job, you know that as soon as other people are involved, you can't really control the timeline anymore. And that's totally fine. So I still am keeping this train moving. And so I moved on to another idea for publication because I really wanted to challenge myself and get this done. Okay. Then we go to day two, where you start the draft. I have absolutely done that. And I will show what I did in my virtual brunch tomorrow morning. Um, it'll be 8 o'clock here, 11 o'clock at home. And one of the ways that you can use AI tools, what's this? Okay, yes, it's not acting right. Let me check. It looks a lot like it's not acting right. Okay, I'm going to act like it's acting right. So, one of the ways that you are able to get your draft from your head onto paper faster or onto into a computer program faster is to use AI assistance. I explain what AI is on my channel. I will give a quick synopsis. AI, what people talk about in terms of AI now, AI stands for artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence is a computer program. What people are using now that we talk about all the time is called generative AI, and generative AI can do a lot of tasks for us that we used to have to do ourselves or that we would have to get other people's help with. It makes a lot of our daily work faster if we choose to use it that way. So, the trick for starting your draft with AI tools is to use Google Docs, voice to text. That is what I did to make the draft for my publication, and it worked beautifully. I want to say it took me about an hour, but that is because the publication that I am working on for this challenge is short. I move around too much, and it is late. I've had a long day, so I think that I am a little punchy. Now, if a 7 day timeline from the idea for a publication to final publication doesn't work for you, like that's too short of a time, I got you. Feel free to hit me up for a custom plan that will work for you. The email address is mybookdoula@gmail.com. That is mybookdoula @gmail.com. Now, we're on to day 3, and that is to finish the draft. That is where I am in this process, and I will show my progress during tomorrow's virtual brunch. I wanted to spend more time looking at the AI tools that will be helpful for the publication process. All right, we go to day 4. We self-edit with AI tools. You can use an AI chatbot to edit, but you have to be very careful with that because if you are looking to copyright your work, right? Like if this is not, because this is for publication, right? So if you actually want copyright credit for your work and you are looking to use AI tools, you have to be very careful which ones you use. For instance, using ChatGPT to edit your work that you would like to have copywritten or to have the copyright ownership of, you cannot use ChatGPT for that. Even ChatGPT Plus, Teams, and Enterprise, because what OpenAI does is it takes all of what we put into it and it feeds its machine on that. As soon as you feed your personal information, your special sauce, your book into ChatGPT, it becomes part of the great all. And then you lose the ability to copyright your material. So I would not recommend that you use ChatGPT to self-edit, to edit your work. The second one, Gemini, which used to be Bard, like 4 days ago, is the same as ChatGPT. What you put into Gemini becomes part of the great all that is that chatbot's large language model. If you want to copyright your work, don't do that. Okay. Now, that leaves Claude. Claude uses a closed large language model. And what that means is if you want feedback on your work, Claude is the way to go because you can get an AI chatbot to check your work and still keep your ability to copyright. That to me is huge. And so I recommend and use Claude to get feedback on the work that I'm doing that I would like to copyright. Now, an easier more accessible for a lot of people way to check, and a lot of people do this, is with Grammarly. I'm not sure if you knew, but if you take a look at a lot of their commercials recently, it says right here, look at that. Grammarly, free AI writing assistance. So you can use Grammarly to change your wording. It is free. And as a social worker and as a mom, I love free stuff. My screen has just decided to go, uh-oh. Hopefully, I didn't break my computer. My computer is very low level and it doesn't like some of these AI tools because they use a lot of computer power. But if you've ever used Grammarly, you've used AI. Grammarly is an AI tool. You can put your work into it. I would have to check. I've never used Grammarly, but it is here for you and it is very helpful. So that's an AI tool that you could use. Uh-oh. Where did my little video go? There we go. Okay. There's also another AI tool that you can use called Hemingway, which will evaluate the reading level of the work that you put into it. Now, we're in for day 5. For day 5, it's a 2-part task. First, you're going to take your self-edited draft and you're going to send it out for editing and proofreading. You can either send it out to some trusted beta readers, some of your friends who are down for the cause and are willing to read your work and give you feedback on your work, including maybe some flow and grammar tips. Or you can hire a professional proofreader and editor. A lot of people get those people and get that kind of help off of Fiverr, or if they know of people, they do that as well. Now, if you are someone who has a publishing house behind you and you have a regular publishing deal, none of this plan is necessary for you because you have a machine behind you. A lot of this is for people who are self-publishing. So, second part of day 5 is you are going to start formatting and designing your book. Once upon a time, way back in the 1990s, when I was in college, my um, senior thesis project as an egghead at the University of Connecticut was to make a magazine. And so I did. I spent a year and a half of my academic life learning everything I could about how to make a magazine from, hold on, I'm on Canva right now. All right. That was from learning Adobe Photoshop, learning Quark Express, learning about magazine copywriting, taking a journalism course, writing for a college newspaper, all of that. I learned all of the ins and outs about how to do a publication. And then I did absolutely nothing with it. I made the magazine, but then I did nothing with it because it was so labor intensive. Why am I saying all that? I am saying that because Canva right here, which is available on the internet for free. I have a free account. I have a free account with Canva. I'm not paying for Canva yet, but I am about to. Um, I have made so many things on Canva. And this right here, which I showed last Sunday, is an ebook. This is an ebook template that I took and I used for a report for a nonprofit that I was with for 5 years. And the layout is so pretty. You can take a Canva template, and let me go to the home to show. Okay, we're going to go to home. Okay. If you're not familiar with Canva, Canva has quite a bit of AI built into it at this point. A lot of the computer programs and apps that we use every day have AI behind them. It is just very recently that we regular people have had access to using AI that has been behind the scenes for years, for almost 20 years or longer. So here we are at the front page of Canva. And as you can see here, I have a free account. There's so much you can do with a free Canva account, but there's also so much more you can do with a paid account. Now, what I would like to do is I would like to look for a template, right? So I have templates clicked right here. And what I would like is a book. We're going to go for a children's book template. Okay, so I'm looking for a template for a children's book. Let's see what it gives me. Okay. Usually I am doing this stuff on Sunday brunch, but tomorrow's brunch is happening earlier because I have my last day of a training that I have to go to. But I still want to get Sunday brunch in. So before I start looking at these, and as you can see, there are over 77,000 children's book templates on Canva. Now I want to go right here where it says all filters. Because I have the free version and I don't like wasting my time, as someone who has to wade through a lot of things to find clothes that fit and shoes that fit, I've learned that filtering is my friend. We're going to click on, and if you saw what I did, I scrolled all the way to the bottom of the filters, and the price I want is free because if it is free, it's for me. That doesn't mean I won't pay for things, but if I can get just as good of quality and it's free, I'll take that. Thank you. So it's doing its little magic thing behind the scenes. And while it's doing that, I will check to make sure that I'm not missing any chats. All right, cool beans. All right, so as you can see, once I filtered for only the free children's book templates, it went from 77,000 templates down to 16,000 templates. I mean, that's still a lot of templates. I only need one. Let's see what we got. It's a lot of book covers. There's an Instagram post right here. A lot of book covers. Here's an ebook cover right here. Ebook cover. Instagram posts. Okay, so I know that what I would like, there's even a magazine cover right here, but I know that what I would like is an ebook. So I'm going to go back up here to this ebook cover right here. It's very simple, and for my purposes, simple is good. As you can see, when I clicked on that template, it shows more like that. So there are some more book covers if I wanted to choose. And all of these have little dollar signs next to them. Well, most of them do. If there's a dollar sign in the little bottom, it means that it will cost money to use that particular template. But these are very cute. This is for demonstration purposes. So I'm going to click on Customize. And what that does is it brings up a copy of that template. The copy of the template also makes its way into my projects list in Canva. I can go here and change the title. So we're going to go for ebook cover. Actually change it to children's ebook cover. Okay. There. Now, what is the AI tool portion of this? Let me go back to the writing plan. We are designing and formatting, and I'm going to move over to day 6 really quickly because it's the book cover. The way that Canva has this set up, it has the book cover first. Now, because this is an ebook, the format of the rest of the book, it would be the same size. And so what I think I'm going to do is duplicate this page. Just to have an extra page, and I can put my content in there for demonstration purposes. Like, so if you want to put your name in this font, you can. Um, if we want to change this image out, we can. And that is what I'm going to do. I am going to generate an image. This is for the book cover. I'm going to generate an image using an AI tool. The AI tool that I'm going to show is Playground. Playground is free. This is the front page of Playground. Playground is free, and in their terms of service, you are able to use the images that you generate commercially. So what that means is, let me go to create. So I'm not looking at other people's work because some of it is disturbing to me. So what that means is that we'll go here. I made this image in 2 places, right? So I actually made this image, if it's going to show up. All right. The background, actually I used 2. So for this part, my lovely friend right here was made using ChatGPT DALL-E 3. And then the background was made using Starry AI. I then went and used Photoshop to put the 2 together. Now, I just said all that to get Playground to come up. What am I going to use for a book cover? Now, if you're using AI images for commercial purposes, If it is not, so say the AI is going to generate an image just from your prompt, right? Not from an image that you drew, or is not like changing or remixing something that you actually drew, just using your words, making an image. You can use that for commercial purposes, which means you can use it for your book cover, but you cannot copyright that image. And that's an important designation to know. Now, for my clients, I have given them a completely legal, very useful workaround so that they can copyright their images. If you want to know the secret, hit me up and become a client, and I'm happy to share the secret with you. But all we're doing right now is making a book cover, and I don't want to create a preset really. What I really want, this looks different. They changed it. All right, so what I want to do is I want to choose a model. There is a cute little watercolor model that they have, and I think the closest thing I'm going to get to right now is Protovision. So I'll use Protovision. There's no preset that I can use for that. All right. What do I want to make? Fluffy clouds. We're going to call them fluffy pink cotton candy clouds. All right. With above a rustic stone cottage in a peaceful in a peaceful forest. A stream is running behind the cottage. Okay, so that's the prompt. If you move down here, Playground will say that you can expand the prompt unless you've used up all of your expansions like me. Um, if there are things that you want to exclude from the image, these are the what are called negative prompts, and these are the standard ones. I didn't ask for any people to be in the image, so it shouldn't really matter for this right here. If you have an image that you want to use as inspiration or change around, you can upload it here. And then it has stuff about control traits. This is new, and I'll have to play with that later. Now, on the far right side here, we have some models. If it says you can choose, Playground can choose, or you can use Stable Diffusion 1.5, Stable Diffusion XL, or Playground version 2. I'll let Playground choose. Then for image dimensions, if you know that you have a particular image dimension that you need, the height and width are by pixels. And I'm going to go back here to the children's book cover and see if I can figure out what size this is. Okay. If I click on File, will that tell me what I need? No. No. Mm, mm-mm. It showed the pixels earlier. Position. I don't want to edit the photo. I want to know about this. Okay, no matter. This looks like, hold on, detach colors, detach image from background, lock, show timing, no. Uploads, draw, apps. Let's see if I can get the ruler to show up. Oh, no. Okay. When I try to get this thing to do more or do too much too fast, my computer really does not like that. And so I need to be careful. Menu. What's this? No, that's just all the projects. No. Hmm. Mm. All right, fine. I thought that would be easier to find, and it's not. And I want to go to bed, so I'm gonna just skip right over that. Now, I could just guess, and I will say that it's like 768 pixels by 512 pixels, and then prompt guidance here. It says higher values will make your image closer to your prompt. And my prompt is back up here with the fluffy pink cotton candy clouds above a rustic stone cottage. If I wanted to do exactly that, I can put high. And then it says quality and details. More steps will result in a high quality image, but it will take longer. That is up to you to decide how long you want it to take. And then the number of images. Now, Playground will allow you to generate 500 images per 24 hours for free, and that's fantastic. Now, I, because Playground is free, I usually go between 3 and 4 images just to see what it comes up with. I am going to click on 3 because there are no people. This should be pretty easy. And then right here, it has the option for a private session. That is with the Pro plan. Any of these AI image generators, if it is the free version, you can forget the privacy. They're going to use and display the images, and that's okay. If you want to lock down your image completely, then you need to pay. That's just how it is. I'm going to click generate right here, and I'm going to have some tea. While it is generating, I will check to make sure. All right, okay, all right, okay. Oh, look how cute. Okay, here's the thing about AI images, right? Some of these are very cute. They do what they feel like doing. So we've got cotton candy as clouds here. We have cotton candy as clouds and also a cotton candy tree, if you will notice. Um, and then we have cotton candy all over the place with this one. Let's see if I can make it bigger just to show it. There are cotton candy rocks, cotton candy clouds. So AI will do things, especially if you put in a prompt that is not very specific. So I asked for a rustic stone cottage, and it gave me that with pink cotton candy clouds. Very cute. And since this is just for demonstration purposes, I'm going to leave it at that. But this right here, this outcropping of cotton candy, as well as what looks like it put shadows in the water, but it looks like the reflection in the water doesn't necessarily match the house and the clouds up above. That is a level of specificity that you might not care about. And because this is for demonstration purposes, I do not. But that outcropping right there would have to go. So, okay, we're going to say that image number one is absolutely perfect and we're going to download it. So, cotton candy, right? So I downloaded it and saved it as cotton candy. And remember, this is for day 6 for the book cover. We're going to go back to Canva and we are going to go to uploads. What I'm going to do is upload this cottage image. Now, I am skipping a step because this is just for demonstration purposes, but when you are actually working on your book cover, you need to have the highest quality image that you possibly can so that the printing process or the ebook resolution is up to standards. This image right here is not that. This is just, are you gonna go in? Nope, you're not gonna, hold on. I'm trying to get it to overlay the image that's already here. It won't do it, so I'll delete it and try it again. But this image is not the highest quality it could be. It almost did it. Oh, you don't like it because I'm using too many resources? Okay, computer. There we go. Oh, it almost did it. All right. One of the ways that you can get this to work in Canva right away is to put a frame in. And I was trying not to do that. Okay. So I'm going to take this image that's here and I'm going to delete it. And now I'm going to try to insert the image. Come on. Now, while I'm wrestling with this is actually so much faster, so much faster than Photoshop used to be. So now I made the image much larger, and making it larger, I can move it around however I want, right? And then, so this is the template author name. If I want to change the coloring, let's say I wanted to change the coloring to like stone gray. Let's say I wanted to change the coloring, all of them, to stone gray. You can just click on change all. I actually, just for demonstration purposes, control all, and we'll make this green. And there, I changed the colors. You can change the font, you can do all kinds of stuff, but this is a book cover. And it only took me fumbling around for less than 10 minutes. Trust me when I tell you, without using AI tools and apps that are available online, this used to take so much longer. So much longer. All right. Now we go to day 7. We go to publish. All right. For my purposes, I am publishing a very short piece, and I have decided that my short piece is going to be published on Audible. There is an entire process for publishing on Audible, and I got the steps and we'll work through those steps. But if you are going to publish a physical book, and I'm going to show a children's book here, but if you were going to publish a physical, like children's book, you can still use Canva to lay out your book. And then you would need to decide on a self-publishing platform. The majority of people who are into self-publishing use Amazon KDP. So I haven't even gone on here, Amazon KDP, but let's see what it shows. While it's doing that, I'm going to have some tea. I didn't even check this live. Let's see how it goes. Okay, cool. I didn't even check this live. Let's see. Okay, and I still liked my own live. If I don't clap for myself, who will? All right. So we have kdp.amazon.com, right? And we click on here. So what this shows me is that, so KDP stands for Kindle Direct Publishing. I had no idea. I haven't been on this website before. Now, I have an Amazon account, but clearly this is separate from that because there is talking about having a sign in and also joining KDP. There are plenty of videos online that show how to do this, but because I've decided that I don't want an actual book for my first version, like this, Ezra Jack Keats' super cute Snowy Day, or I have several books. I am a library nerd. No matter where I travel, I have to see what their libraries are like, or a paperback book, right? Or a hardcover book, or an ebook. You can do all of that with Amazon KDP. There are other platforms as well, but I've decided that I want to do an audiobook publication as my first one. That is actually with Audible. That's what I've decided to use. And let's just go Audible Publishing, right? Because Google is still your friend. So it looks like there is a platform for that. And it says it is called ACX. And they have a login and get started and how it works and all of that. So that is my last bit of homework. Very cool. And that goes to day 7. I am at day 3. So what I need to do is finish my work. And I think the only other thing I'll show on camera is image generation. I think I'll do that. And I will get off of the camera to do that because I am getting sleepy and I know my eyes are doing a thing. So, if this all seems much too fast, because it is, but you still have a book inside of you that you want to bring out to the world, feel free to get in touch with me for a custom book writing plan and accountability support. My first author published her book back in December, and I am very proud of her. I have other clients who are working on their books as we speak. My goal with this 1 week book challenge was to see if I could do it. And come to find out, I can. I need to finish, but I can do it. So, if you would like any custom book writing plans and accountability support, or you would like tips on how to use AI tools and keep your intellectual property, feel free to get in touch with me at mybookdoula@gmail.com. That is MYBOOKDOULA. Let's try again. MYBOOKDOULA@gmail.com. And I'm going to time check myself. Okay, we've been at this for 45 minutes. And in that time, I went through the 7-day book writing plan. And I'm going to, oh, if you don't know, if you're not on YouTube, feel free to subscribe for more. I have a virtual brunchy that's going to happen tomorrow at 11 a.m. And I will show the progress of this 7-day book writing plan. I'm going to put it right back here for the idea to publication challenge. I am at day 3. I'm at step 3. Finish my draft. But I showed all of the steps and we generated an image and found a template for an ebook cover. So I think that was good progress. I am about to go off camera and leave my screen up while I work on step 3. Feel free to come along for the ride. And if you have joined me this late evening, thank you for coming along for the ride. I look forward to seeing you next time. I wish you all good things and take care. I'm turning this video off, and we're just going to be left with the screen. And I'm going to check to make sure that the sound is still working. With the screen. Yeah, the sound is still working. And I'm going to check to make sure that the sound. There we go. All right. So I've decided, and I'm going to see if I can put this on the screen. I decided that I was going to make my life a little bit easier, something that I don't usually do for myself because I like to make things complicated. And I'm going to take a benediction and turn it into a grounding exercise poem. Not a rhyming poem though, but a short essay, affirmation, meditation, benediction for people. And no, I'm not going to do the YouTube. What I'm going to try to do, oh, thank you, Playground. We don't need you, but I do need this. So, what I would like is a blank page, right? So, here's the book cover, and my name is not Donna Stroop. Let's put my name here, right? So we got Julie Nixon, MSW. All right. Now, I could just take all this stuff out, or I can add a page. Here's a blank page, and that works for me. I'm going to delete this one, right? And I'm going to put a text box into this page. So what I did is I went over to text, and right here, I'm going to add a text box. If you've ever used, okay. If you have ever used Microsoft Word or Microsoft Publisher, this might be familiar to you because it's the same principle. So text boxes here will change shape according to how much text you put into them. I don't care for this particular font, so we're going to change the font. I want something like belleza. Why not? So I changed the font. We can change the font color later. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, right? So at the end of pretty much every Sunday brunch, I talk about the fact that if nobody has told you today, you look fabulous. You smell even better. Let's, okay, I'm going to take this down. I'm going to take this down to like 27, right? So let me move this text box because there's another text box in the way right here. Okay. All right. This isn't formatted or anything. I just pulled this, and what I need to do is change the alignment. We'll make it left justified right now. And there are no margins. I'll fix all that later. There needs to be punctuation as well. And a little bit of talk about grounding, which I haven't put in here. But basically, grounding is when you use all five of your senses to bring yourself back to the present moment and to bring yourself back to yourself. One of the reasons that I say this at the end of every virtual brunch is because a, a lot of people who are like me, because in brunchy, I'm talking to myself, talking to other people, is because there are a lot of times when we feel like no one is listening to us. And I want you to know that if nobody has told you, you are seen, you are heard, you are appreciated. And if it feels like that's not true, I would love for people to come back to my audio file and get some of the encouragement that they need, along with maybe for the ebook version, which is very going to be very short, but maybe it's an image that's inspiring as well. And there are plenty of people who feel like AI images are cheating. Maybe, but Walt Disney's name is all over images and movies that he didn't create, other people did. So, is it easier or better for our servitude to come from other people or from a machine? So, if nobody has told you today, you look fabulous, you smell even better, I hope that you have eaten some of your favorite foods today, that you have experienced some self care and pampering. And if no one else has told you this week, that idea that you had, that idea that you shared during that work meeting or during brunch last week, that was a good idea. And if nobody else heard you, I heard you. You are doing fantastic. Keep going. You've got this. We sometimes make things so complicated when in reality, we all have to start somewhere. My goal is to get published, and therefore, I'm going to do it. And I'm going to do it with 500 words at the most. You can do it too. You can absolutely do it too. And if you need a little bit of guidance, I am happy to help with that while we're here. I'm going to use Playground to try out an image. Actually, you know what? I'm going to use Night Cafe. So Night Cafe is another text to image generator. And other than using Dolly, this one works pretty well. I think I might have some credits that I need to get for the day. Do I need to log back in? Nope, there it is. So you get 5 free credits every day, and the top ups are at 7 p.m. Eastern. So I have a bunch of credits, right? What I want to do is go to create, and there's a demo here and all of that good stuff. Night Cafe it works off of the same model, um, the same large language models as Playground. But you can see here that there are several additional models and checkpoints and things that it shows. Trying to remember which one has the cubism. We're going to try this one and then look at the presets. Okay, it's Night Cafe. This works really well because there are already presets and you can just click on a preset and see what it does. I am going to click on, I'm going to click on Cubist. Okay. And then I'm going to write a prompt. All right. Let's see. I'm gonna say something. We're gonna say Shaquille O'Neal roller skating at the back of a line of roller skate dancing. Roller skate dancing of a line of other roller skate dancers. Okay, let's see what it does. Night Cafe makes one image at a time. Those are not roller skates, and that is not Shaquille O'Neal. Oh, this is hilarious. One of the things about these large language models is that they don't work really well for non-white or non-Asian people. It takes a lot of work to get them to generate things that would resemble us. So there's that. Um, but that was for practice. How about No, not Salvador Dali. We'll do Van Gogh painting his self-portrait in a cubist way. Let's see what happens. I should have eaten dinner. Was able to get Van Gogh, no problem. Okay. How about Maya Angelou giving a speech? Let's see what happens. Each one of these uses up a credit. Wow. Not quite what I asked for. But it is a picture of Maya Angelou. Um, Janet Jackson singing in concert, right? Let's see what it does. And we click create. One of the things about Night Cafe is that it's much faster than Playground. That's not Janet Jackson. Let's see what happens if I put Miley Cyrus, right? I think that's how her name is spelled. And then I'm done using up credits for this. But that looks like Miley Cyrus though. Okay. So I see that the cubist, let's say that I wanted to use a different style, right? You can change the number of images as well, but if you change the number of images, it uses that number of credits for each image. Let's say I wanted to use striking, right? As the preset. We go to create. Ooh, wee the hands. Ooh, wee. There's so much going on here. And this is why you have to practice with these AI tools and see which ones you like best. Um, that was a little frightening. So we're gonna reset and delete. Yes, I'm sure I want to delete. Okay, so that's that. I am on I am on step 3, but because my publication is going to be so much shorter than a 10 chapter book, I can move through this pretty quickly. Let's see where I get by Virtual Brunchy in the morning. Take care.